Good evening, baseball fans. A very hearty welcome here to Pittsville as we get set for this ceremony. They'll be lighting the field at about 7 o'clock. We'll have pregame coverage about quarter till, starting with an interview with head coach Justin Rayburn of the Pittsville Panthers as they'll take on Eau Claire Regis and the Ramblers at 7:30. Just an audio test right here on Zaleski Sports. Good evening, baseball fans. A hearty welcome to Pittsville as we get set for the the lights dedication ceremony in just a little bit. They're dragging the field. They're going to line the field and get ready for the varsity game, Eau Claire, Regis, and Pittsville. But until then, right now, we're going to turn things over to an interview that Jason Zaleski did with Coach Rayburn of the Panthers about what is happening tonight and what the ceremony is going to entail. Then we'll have everything there live for you guys, including the game right here on Zaleski Sports.
Today's pregame coverage brought to you by Mid-State Technical College, visiting with Pittsville Panthers manager Justin Rayburn. Justin, a big day today and a long time in the making. The lights come on tonight at the pit. Just tell us about the work over the last number of years that has gone into making tonight possible.
This actually started before COVID. A parent of a former player of mine who's actually now another FIED teacher here, the kid is, came up to me, and we've been talking about putting lights in at the pit and how cool it would be, because if you've ever been down to the pit, it's kind of a cool setting. It's kind of down in a bowl, and you have an unobstructed view if you sit up top the hill, and it's just kind of a natural, cool place to watch a ball game. So we talked about putting lights in and how, it can get kids more games. It can help you run tournaments. It just gives you more options because, every night in the summer, we got a lot of little leaguers. And so if you go down to the park any night in the summer, those fields are packed. We use all our fields as much as we can. So we thought, putting lights in would give us more opportunities. Of course, then COVID hit. Project went on pause for a little bit. And then once things got back to normal, we kind of picked up where we left off. And we've spent so far, this turned into just putting lights on the field. And then our committee decided, well, let's just revamp the whole field. And now there's a new seating area. And I believe we've spent a little over $340,000 through private donations, and the community has really showed up.
Yeah, you talked about donations. I was going to ask if that money was coming out of your pocket. Is there anybody in particular, whether it's a business or people around the area, that you want to just kind of give some credit to right now for helping to make it happen?
If I start rattling them off, I know I'm going to miss some, but I will for sure say that the Jankowski family donated a significant amount, and we actually named the field after Michael Jankowski. So the story behind Michael is he was a huge part in our Little League program years ago, passed away of cancer. He was a Vietnam vet. From what I understand, just an all-around outstanding guy. We couldn't think of somebody better to name our field after. And his family donated a large chunk of money. And so we kind of renamed our field after him. And then tonight, his son is going to come down and throw out the first pitch. So I think that'll be a pretty cool event there tonight.
Before watching this, there's probably some guy out there who's saying, well, for 70 years, we've played baseball without lights. We don't need any lights there. Now, you kind of answered that just a moment ago, but maybe restate that and the benefits to having those lights again.
Well, a lot of kids watch Major League Baseball, and when they see lights come on in a Major League Baseball game or kids get a chance to play under the lights, that's pretty cool. I think that every year we always talk about spending a little bit of money on the cool factor, because that matters to kids. We were kids once. We always like things to be, kind of that cool factor when we were younger. And it also just gives these kids more games is the big thing. It is cool to play under the lights, but the other thing is, we've already turned them on for like a late night game or for a doubleheader or for a JV game, we can use them. And so if our kids get more opportunities to play baseball games because of it, we're all for that.
Yeah, and I was just thinking to myself, the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley Field did this a number of years ago. Now, this is the second best thing since then. Have you given them a trial run when you flip them on tonight? We're sure we know what we have?
Yeah, so we have actually turned them on a few times. We had an event against Port Edwards a few weeks ago where we had to kind of move our game around a little bit, and the lights came on for that one, and we've given them some trial runs, and so they work. But we are kind of using tonight as like our grand opening of the lights, even though they've been on before.
And your opponent, a little bit of shuffling around. Auburndale got rained out. Everybody got rained out yesterday, so they had a conference game that became a priority. And so you bring in Eau Claire Regis, and I think of Regis, a program that won state 2 years ago, been a very competitive team. What do you know about the Ramblers coming into tonight?
Yeah, shout out to Eau Claire Regis for helping us out there. We had a lot of people coming in from out of town, expecting a pretty big crowd, and we were kind of scrambling to find a game last minute. Andy Neese, their coach, him and I know each other pretty well, and he was able to come on over. And I said, we're definitely going to return the favor and go back over there next year. But Regis is going to be pretty good. You know, they play in a good conference over there. They always play tough opponents. And they're going to be very well coached. So we're looking forward to a good competitive game tonight.
And then lastly, Coach, we're looking at your schedule to date. The information that was given to me says that you're 15-0. What's been the secret to your success on an undefeated season thus far?
Well, I think if you look at our team last year, we lost about 70% of our lineup. And so we lost a lot of hitters out of that lineup. And I remember at the beginning of the year telling the coaches, I'm not sure we're going to win a lot of games 10-8. We've lost a lot of our batting order. And so we're really going to have to hold teams down. Pitching and defense are going to be huge. And I believe the most runs we've allowed in a game this year is 4. And I think that was only one time we gave up 4. Otherwise, in our other 14 games, we've given up 3 or less runs. And so when you're holding teams down, such few amount of runs, then you don't have to score as many, obviously. And I think our pitching and defense has really been what's helped us. Logan has been real good on the mound for us. And he pitched against Bonduel the other night and threw a complete game. And he struck out 5, which means that your defense is playing pretty well if you shut him out and you only had 5 strikeouts. So just all around, our pitching, our defense has been real strong for us.
Pittsville Panthers manager Justin Rayburn, best of luck tonight.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
The lights are coming on next, right here on Zaleski Sports.
After a couple years of a job that doesn't fit, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That is where Mid-State Technical College comes in. Would cooking be a good fit? Try on a career in welding. Perhaps the outdoors suits you better. Or maybe helping people is a better fit. No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options, making Mid-State the perfect fit.
And a big thank you to Coach Rayburn and also from our friends at Mid-State for helping us make that pregame video as we get set. We're going to light this field up in just a little bit. Our opening ceremonies will be on their way in just a few moments as they get the field lined. The field is dragged. They're tamping out the pitching mound right now and getting all the audio equipment set up behind home plate for this one. So you can actually see them getting themselves ready to go here. That is where our ceremonies will be held. Olivia Zimmerman, our producer down there, getting our microphone ready as well. She's off to the side. We will have full comments from the committee, from Coach Rayburn, our national anthem, our first pitch, all right here, and of course the game itself between the Regis Ramblers coming in at a 5-8 record from the Clover Belt West, as well as the undefeated Pittsville Panthers out of the CWC South. 15-0 is Pittsville, one of the few remaining undefeateds left in the state of Wisconsin, and they have earned every bit of that 0 in the loss column. They have been phenomenal this season, and a lot of it's been on the strength of their pitching. Logan Zickert, who threw against Bonduel, threw a complete game. Dawson Luther, who's going to be getting the start tonight. Their top 2 starters, as obviously the Panthers definitely want to get that win total to 16 on a special night like tonight. As we are just getting things just about ready to go. We're going to get, looks like they just got to get the field lined up, get the chalk down. So they'll put the bases back in, especially, and then very soon we will get our opening ceremonies. We'll light this field, and we will have non-conference baseball between the Panthers and the Ramblers. So until then, stay tuned. We will turn our microphones off for just a couple of moments as we get set for this one. We'll be with you guys for opening ceremonies in just a couple of moments. And that's going to be all live right here on Zaleski Sports. We welcome you back here to Pittsville. Pregame ceremony still on the way shortly. You can see the mic stand all set up. They just got to get the third baseline done and the bases in, and we will be good to go to get everything underway for this field lighting ceremony, the special event here in Pittsville. This beautiful ball diamond, this beautiful backdrop, and just a gorgeous night here in early May. So until that thing gets underway, let's take a look at our lineups for this one. We'll start with the Regis Ramblers and Andy Neese, and their 5-8 record. They will lead off in center field with number 20, Chase Koska. Hitting second and playing in right field will be number 24, Landon Walker. Hitting third and over in left field will be number 13, Alex Shula. Hitting cleanup and doing the catching, number 15, Matt Polachek. Hitting fifth, then playing shortstop, number 1, Jamie Koska. Hitting sixth, then playing second base, number 3, Henry Haas. Hitting seventh, and playing third base, number 4, Chase Brogelman. Hitting eighth, then doing the designated hitting is number 34, Lucas Kovacevic. He is hitting for the pitcher, number 12, Ben Bolts. And hitting ninth, then playing first base will be number 11, Mason McCoy. And again, for Regis, it is Koska, Walker, and Shula. Polachek, Koska, and Haas. Brogelman, Kovacevic, and McCoy with Bolts on the mound for the Ramblers in their green jerseys, white pants, and green caps. And for the undefeated Pittsville Panthers at 15-0 under head coach Justin Rayburn, they'll line up as follows. Leading off and playing shortstop is number 3, Logan Zickerts. Hitting second and doing the pitching this evening will be number 2, Dawson Luther. Hitting third over at first base, number 19, Brad Neve. Hitting cleanup and over at third base, number 27, Braden Friday. Hitting fifth in right field, number 24, Darren Luther. Hitting sixth and doing the designated hitting today, number 6, Grant Rodeman. He is hitting for the catcher, number 12, Jamison Krieger. Hitting seventh and playing second base, number 13, Ben Friday. Hitting eighth and in left field, number 4, Derek Grossman. And hitting ninth in center field, number 15, Jake Hardinger. Again, for Pittsville, Zickert, Luther, and Neve. Friday, Luther and Rodeman. Friday, Grossman and Hardinger, with Krieger doing the catching for the Panthers in their white jerseys, the purple pinstripes, the purple caps, gold bills. Pittsville in block letters across the front. As all that's left now is to line the batter's box, and then we'll get things underway. As again, it's a beautiful crowd. You can smell the grill going. We got tents all over the place. Still plenty of fans stayed here from the JV game. Auburndale was in town for the JV game. Regis warmed up on the other field down behind the center field fence. It is a gorgeous night. It is perfect for baseball, and you cannot ask for anything more. Maybe just for the sun to set a bit quicker so we can get these lights on and get ourselves ready for this one and get some prime time Friday night baseball between the CWC and the Clover Belt. So again, we're going to turn our microphones off for just a couple of moments as we get closer and closer to our opening ceremonies. We will be back with those ceremonies in just a couple of moments right here on Zaleski Sports, this special event here in Pittsville.
Somebody asked me prior to today, or I guess this morning, who's responsible for all this, and then somebody finally asked me who's responsible for the weather, and I said I think Mike Jankowski is responsible for the weather tonight. So there have been a lot of people that have been responsible for all of this happening, but I'm going to bring out who we call the project manager of the Light Up the Pit Committee, Dave Radaman.
Welcome, everyone, and thanks for coming. I understand we even have some folks from Florida and South Dakota, relatives of Lee girls. Welcome. I want to introduce the Light Up the Pit Committee first. Chairman Bill Bittner, would you come up? Secretary Taylor Hahn. Treasurer Dodie Reginald.
What is our titles?
Adorable.
Mackenzie and Justin Rayburn. This next guy goes back 53 years. He and I played ball together on the Pittsville High School team. Welcome, Lee Girls. My son, Brett Radaman. And last but not least, former head coach here, Bill Urban. I'd just like to say this is a great group to work with. The constant meshing of ideas and opinions was crucial for the development of this and the solutions, and ultimately this final product. But let me start in the beginning, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time. I only have 4 pages. Back in July of 2019, Bill Bittner asked anyone interested to join him to discuss the possibilities of putting lights in the pit. And we met right up on top of this hill at a picnic table. What seemed like a daunting task at the time was made a lot easier with the city's approval and blessing. About the time we were discussing how to go about fundraising, COVID hit and put everything on hold for a solid year. I remember talking to Lee at that time, and we agreed this lights thing would probably never happen. Well, lo and behold, Bill called another meeting, and the remodeled working committee was formed. Fundraising began with a couple of golf outings and a couple bingo ladies' nights, but the majority of contributions came from private donors. The generosity of this small town has just been tremendous. And it's not only in a monetary way. The amount of volunteerism and donating of time and talent just blows my mind. And while I'm on the subject of volunteering, it has come to my attention that there are currently 102 boys signed up for Little League Baseball in our town. That takes a lot of coaches, managers, umpires, and all volunteers. It is volunteers that keep Pittsville baseball thriving. All of you should be proud of yourselves. So as the funding came in, the project was put in motion. We divided the process into 4 phases, moving ahead only as the money became available. Phase 1 was in the fall of 22, starting with a new surface to the infield. The old surface was skimmed off and put on Colbeck Field. The old dugouts were torn down and replaced, and about this time the city took down the ancient giant pine tree that was once regularly dropping branches over here and had to be removed. In August of 23, the lights were installed. We purchased the lights package from Weir Lighting out of Milwaukee. We were able to work closely with 3 former Pittsville residents who now work for that company. They being Jacob Ortner, Thomas Hughes, and Colton Ortner. On the ground, the lights were put in the hands of a volunteer group from Alliant Energy. under the leadership of the drill truck guy, Cody Hammond. Shane Dahman and his crew assisted, and the lights were installed in one day. Local electrical contractor Matt Ortner did the wiring. We had forklift equipment also from Hay Creek companies as well. Also, about that time, the scoreboard name change was completed, and Marv Kummer with the local American Legion put up a flag and pole alongside the scoreboard. Colbeck Field also got its own scoreboard and a set of bleachers. At this time, the city also put in a new water spigot behind the home dugout. While the lights were wrapping up, work also began on the new seating area. This was by far the most difficult part of the project. This is where resident brother and sister Dan Luther and Dodie Reginald stepped up big time. Working with their company, Staub Construction, they engineered and put together a plan for what you see today. With the help of 20 to 30 volunteers and many long hours, the concrete was poured and the seats were installed. Excavation on this portion, as well as the dugouts, was provided by Sean Dupee Construction at no cost. Thanks also to Jeff Kistner and Eric Schroer. In early spring, the netted backstop was added along with foul poles and new yellow topper on the fence. Future plans include the possibility of a new outfield fence. At this point, we have spent over $340,000 on this project, which would be much, much more without the giving of time and talent by so many. Phase 4, as the donations keep coming in, we are able to plan the construction of the new concession stand, announcing booth / restrooms. I agree, we need it. The 22 by 24 foot building will have 5 times the space of the existing one, with a large concrete patio area under roof. The city is working with us on 2 unisex restrooms to be built on the south end of the building. The second floor window will serve as the announcing area. The old concession stand will be moved to Colbeck Field and be connected up with water and electricity. At this time, I'd like to recognize our major sponsors, and would you please stand up as your names are read. Scoreboard sponsor and designation of the field, family of Michael Jankowski, Lynn Jankowski and Elaine Heyer. Stadium seating sponsors, Elaine Heyer in memory of Michael Jankowski and Hay Creek Companies. First row of the seats sponsor, Pete Moulter in honor of Ruth Ann Moulter. Dugout sponsors, Roy B. Garrell's family and Radaman family. Light pole sponsors, Pete Moulter, Chastine Hazley Insurance Agency, Ron and Kathleen Kramer in memory of Jeff Kramer, and Ben Rose and Dick family. Accessibility area sponsor, Jerry and Marianne Lippert in memory of Albert and Marjorie Lippert. Designation of our youth field, family of Marv and Sherry Colbeck. Other top donors of Light Up the Pit include Pittsville Baseball Booster Club, Forward Bank, Chevron, Heartland Custom Homes, Nasonville Dairy, and Simplicity Credit Union. And we also procured a block grant through the Wood County Economic Development, and that's going to help huge. Companies who donated time, labor, and dedication, again, Staub Construction and Sean Dupee Construction. That's it, 4 pages worth. At this point, we're going to have the players come out?
No, we have to cut the ribbon.
Cut the ribbon. Okay, we'll have a ribbon cutting with Elaine Heyer and Lynn Jankowski come forward.
Hey guys, when they couple extra minutes beforehand is fine. Yeah. Yeah, no problem.
At this time, would the players from both dugouts, as well as coaches...
Coaches on this side,
come out and
coaches down
stand
here.
on your respective baselines. We'll remove our hats and welcome the color guard.
Where's Allie? Where's Allie? Where's Allie? Where's Allie? Where's Allie? Who's singing? Oh, there she is. Just wait, Dave. He's mic'd up.
At this time, I welcome all to join Lois Kramer in singing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang where the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Boys, stay there. Keep your hat off.
Thank you, Lois, American Legion, and VFW.
Yeah. I know. Why don't you throw, Doss? Conference yet, so.
Will you light up Michael Jankowski Field?
We got to meet yet. Huh? Hey guys, yeah, out here, Dawson, you keep getting loose. We got to do first pitch. Yeah.
At this time, Michael Jankowski's son Mark is going to throw out the first pitch to Mike's nephew, John Jankowski.
Apologies for that, folks. Our camera came loose.
Gotta love a guy in a tuxedo t-shirt, though.
Give me just a couple seconds to get our tripod repaired. We'll get things ready to go here on Zaleski Sports. First pitch in just a couple of moments.
We need to take this off. I can't be wearing this during the game.
So thank you for your patience, everybody, as we get set for this one with the sun straight over the center field area. We'll get set for the first pitch here in just a couple of moments. Both teams will be taking the field soon. But right now, lineups are being exchanged with our umpiring crew. And it's Pittsville and Regis going head to head. And we'll take one more look at our starting lineups. We will start with the Regis Ramblers in just a second or two. The lights are on, which isn't helping with the sun straight behind center field. So bear with us here as we wait for the sun to set behind the tree line and get set for the first pitch of this one. As here come the Panthers taking the field. Dawson Luther getting the start for the Panthers. He'll face Chase Koska, Landon Walker, and Alex Shula to start this one. And hoping very soon for that sun to get behind the tree line and help us dodge that glare. As we broadcast here from the top of the hill, the edge of the pit. At Mark Janowski Field at Riverside Park. And a beautiful night. We just need that sun to go down. And until that point, we're going to try and get you guys the best quality we can of broadcasting until you can see a little bit better. We get set for this one. Of course, I forgot to introduce ourselves. My name is Mike Wendlandt on the call tonight. Olivia Zimmerman doing the production side of things. She was down on the field during the pregame ceremonies, getting everything ready for those great words we heard from Mr. Radaman, Coach Rayburn, and an incredible anthem and color guard ceremony as we play for the first time here in Pittsville in prime time. The lights are on, and we're going to play night baseball in one of the most beautiful ballparks in Wisconsin, bar none. Can't say enough about how amazing this whole atmosphere is. A massive crowd is here. It feels like not just the entirety of Pittsville. A lot of Wisconsin Rapids may be here. Auburndale, the JV parents still hanging around. Eau Claire brought some fans. It is exactly how you would dream it would be. The throw down to second from catcher Jamison Krieger. And we'll get set for the first pitch. The defense behind Dawson Luther is going to look as follows. His outfield going to be Grossman, Hardinger, and Luther. From third to first, Friday, Zickert, Friday, and Neve. Krieger does the catching for Luther. And the first pitch under the lights here in Pittsville is high and away. Ball one. Center fielder Chase Koska to lead things off. The 1-0 is inside, and he's fallen behind 2-0. Luther making his sixth start. His ninth appearance, thrown 18 1/3 innings, a record of 2-0. It is 18 hits allowed as that'll miss. And it's going to hit the corner, and it's 2-1. First, we got our mic right down by the fence. 25 strikeouts, 8 walks in 18 innings. That's down and away. And it's 3-1 on Koska. ERA of 2.67 for Luther. Koska looking to draw the free pass again. Eau Claire Regis in their green jerseys, gold helmets, and it's a leadoff walk on 5 pitches to Chase Koska. So leadoff man aboard, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, number 24, left-handed hitting Landon Walker. We'll see if Koska looks to run. Regis did play yesterday. They played Stanley Boyd. He squares the bunt and takes one high, ball one. The 1-0 is high again. It's 2-0, so 6 of the first 7 for Luther have missed. And he's fallen behind Walker, 2-0. Of course, the Ramblers, just a couple years ago, went back-to-back state titles. A little bit down this year. Throw back to first, in with a dive. Is Chase Koska. But still a dangerous team. This team still knows how to win. They know how to play the game. Luther takes a look over and comes set at the shoulders, the 2-0. He squares the bunt. He drops down a perfect bunt. It's going to roll foul. Just rolling foul. That would have been a base hit. There was no chance, even if he comes up and feels that Braden Friday was going to be throwing him out. 2-1. Our count now. on Landon Walker. And as he steps in, reminders all from our friends at Ag Country Farm Credit Services, a farmer-owned co-op offering a wide array of custom financing and financial services from loans and leases, crop insurance, tax, and records. They have you covered. Contact Ag Country, Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and Medford. Throw over and again into the dive. Brad Neve holding the runner on. 2-1, the count remains on Walker. There's a fly ball into shallow center. And a bad jump for Hardinger. He's going to keep going. He's going to still cover the ground, make the catch. They have a chance at 2. Zickert, the throw is going to be late, so he's going to get back in time. That was almost disaster for Pittsville. Hardinger came flying in, not thinking the ball was going to carry. It almost got over his head. He's able to cover the ground and make the play for out number 1. So that'll bring up Alex Shula, the left fielder, right-handed hitter with the hoodie on. Good lead over at first for Koska. He'll hold. First one is over his head for ball 1. Regis coming in 5-8. He dropped a tough one last night to Stanley Boyd. Pittsville 15-0 in control of the CWC South, looking to repeat as conference champs. That one down and away. He's going to get away by Krieger, and the pass ball will get the runner to second. So now runner in scoring position in 2-0 count on Shula. A chance for the Ramblers to strike first here in inning number 1. We play in prime time here in Pittsville. There's one swung and lined into the right center field gap. That's down. That's going to be a base hit. That's going to bring in a run. The throw is into second. He's in there, and they trade places. An RBI double for Alex Shula. You can hear the celebration from the Regis dugout, and that'll draw a meeting with Coach Rayburn going out to talk to his right-hander, just calm him down, as it'll be cleanup man Matt Polachek in to hit when play does restart. Other reminders as well, Marshfield Dairy Fest is coming up soon, May 31st to June 2nd, so check out marshfieldchamber.com for all the details. So see you in Marshfield for a fun-filled weekend at Marshfield Dairy Fest, again May 31st until June 2nd. So the Ramblers get the first run of the game, first run under the lights here in Pittsville on the RBI double from Shula into the right center field gap. So the leadoff walk comes around to score. Sun starting to get behind that tree line. Is that one lined? That's a fair ball into the right field corner. That'll bring in another run. Polachek is going to hold up at second with another double. Back-to-back doubles for Regis, and they lead it 2-0 here in the first. We're going to get a courtesy runner for the catcher. And it will be Owen Mertens who's going to run for the catcher, Polachek, who's going to go in and get the gear on. So still just 1 out, 2 runs on 2 hits. Back-to-back doubles from Shula and Polachek. And here's Jamie Koska, the shortstop. Number 5 hitter, a right-handed hitter. And the first one gets away. Krieger couldn't find it, and neither could the runner. So 4 of the first 5 hitters have taken the first pitch out of the zone. The only one didn't was Polachek because he swung at the first pitch and lined it down and sent it to right field. The 1-0 is outside. It's 2-0 as Luther really struggling right now from the bump. Just trying to get his command under control. Leading off second is Mertens' throw over, and he's going to almost hit him and go into center field. It'll be an E1, and he's on his way to third. So not the ideal start for the Panthers here in the first. A walk, a couple of doubles, and then a throwing error on the pitcher on the pickoff. And now with just 1 out, that third run of the game stands over at third base in the courtesy runner Mertens. The 2-0 here is popped up, shallow right, long run in,